Hello everyone, it's Katia and welcome back. Today I'm going to show you a fun project using inverse ink blending technique. I'm going to start by applying few different Distress Oxide inks on a white A2 card panel. I must glue some of my fingers with masking tape because this project is going to be a little bit messy. At first I'm applying my vinyl color and I'm starting with a yellow. Next I'm applying light pink and then dark pink. I will write all colors I used on a blog post and I will leave link in a video description below. I'm trying to overlap those colors just a little bit to create a nice gradient between them. And on the opposite side I'm going to apply my cold colors. Next to the yellow color I'm going to apply a beautiful mint color and then I'm going to cover it with a bright blue ink. I'm going back and forth with my ink dabbers and I'm trying to blend those colors. Distress oxides are hybrid inks and that means they can be blended easily because of pigment in their formula. Next I'm going to cut my panel using loops die from Studio Katia. I separated those dies to be able to cut those thin frame without circles. But today in my project I'm going to use those both dies. So I'm placing the main panel die on my card background and I'm going to run it through my die cutting machine. And after die cutting, those little circles stayed inside of the die and I'm going to pop out them with my pick tool. Now I'm going to attach my ink blended card background on an A2 card base. I'm attaching it with a liquid glue and next I'm going to adhere my circles. But I'm going to attach them on opposite sides, so I'm going to create my inverse ink blended background. I'm applying a small amount of liquid glue in those white gaps and then I'm going to turn my circle die cuts and I'm going to inlay them in those gaps on my card background. To embellish my card, I'm going to cut out a fancy frame. For this frame I'm going to use a silver glitter cardstock and I'm running it through my die cutting machine. You can foam mount this frame on a card base, but I decided to attach it with liquid glue without any extra dimension. Now I can move on to my stamping. I'm going to use a beautiful floral stamp set from Studio Katia. It calls You're So Sweet stamp set and I will use only one flower from this set. I'm stamping my flowers with Memento black ink because I'm going to color my flowers with alcohol-based markers. So I'm stamping those 3 flowers on a white smooth paper and then I'm going to die cut out those flowers with coordinating dies. On those flowers I decided to make inverse coloring too and I'm going to use cold colors on the top of each flower and warm pink colors on the bottom. I'm starting with my lightest shade of pink color and then I'm applying my darkest shade. I'm making just a simple shading on those flowers because I don't want to spend a lot of time on coloring because I have 2 more flowers. So I'm making just a quick coloring with 4 markers. After my coloring is done, I'm going to foam mount my flowers on a card base. I put a small foam tape on back of my flowers and I'm placing them in the center. To create a sentiment, I'm going to use a fun set called Best Ever and I die cut 2 words from white and black mirrored cardstock. Also I die cut a little label using this stripe die. On this little black piece I'm going to hit emboss my second part of the sentiment. I'm stamping a word friend with a clear Versamark ink and next I'm melting powder with my heat gun. At first I'm going to attach this stripe on the bottom of my card and then I can easily find the best place for my die cut words. I'm foam mount them over the flowers and my card is done. Here's a closer look of my finished project. I hope you like this card and you will try this inverse ink blending technique. Don't forget to subscribe and I will see you next week. Bye!